Good afternoon, and welcome to another edition of the contest with Pharaoh. We're going to go into Exodus chapter 4, and we're reading here where Moses is talking to God, and he says, "What if they don't believe me or listen to what I say? For they shall say, the Lord has not appeared to you." And the Lord said to him, "What is that in your hand?" And he said, "It's a staff." And he said, "Well, throw it on the ground." And so he throws the staff on the ground, and it becomes a serpent. And Moses runs from it. I'm using the New American Standard, and I'm doing a kind of edited into what New American Standard. So if you got a Bible, read it. You'll see that I'm pretty accurate in going along with this. Then the Lord said, "Okay, now I want you to stretch out your hand and grab it by its tail." And when he stretched out his hand, he caught it, and it became a staff again in his hand. And he said, "That they may believe the Lord, the God of their fathers, and the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob, has appeared to you." And the Lord furthermore said to him, "Now put your hand inside your bosom." And he put his hand inside his bosom. And when he took it out, behold, the hand was as leprous as snow. So he goes like this. And he comes back out, and poof, it's all leprosy. It's just like really disgusting. And God says, "Okay, now I want you to put it back in." So he puts it back in, and he says, "Now take it back out," and takes it back out, and poof, it's whole. It's clean. It's pure again. And he says, "Now it shall come about that if they don't believe you and listen to you at the witness of the first sign, they may believe you and witness you at the last sign. But it shall be that if they will not believe even these two signs, or take heed, take some water from the Nile and pour it on dry ground, and the water that you take from the Nile will become blood on the dry ground." Now there's some aspects here I want to talk to you about. The first issue is talking to you about the what was the first? The staff, right? And serpents are considered poisonous or vile. All right. Now serpent could be, we know today, either poisonous or unpoisonous. And Moses didn't really know what it was, so he throws the staff down. Suddenly, a snake appears. So he kind of like runs back from it because he doesn't know if it's going to bite him or what's it going to do. and when he picks it back up, God tells him, "You pick it back up." So he reaches back over very carefully, grabs it by the tail, yanks it back up, and it becomes a staff. The staff of Moses, or the staff of God, and serpents are considered a very good teaching about law, or Torah. See, the Torah can be an asp to us. It can be poison to us. We hear the Goyim talk about how that we're being too legalistic if we keep the law. But the aspect of law is it's a guide. It's a thing to measure up to. Now you see these little guides along the highway. It says speed limit 55 miles an hour. But you're driving down the road and you're just like, I'm not under law, I'm under grace. I'm doing 55, going 60. Pretty soon I'm going there, other cars are still going by me, 60, 65. 65, 70, 70, 70, 75, then got 75, then I go 80, yes, I'm going 80, now I'm starting to catch up to other people. If we got an 80, I'm going to go 85, 85, we got 85 going down this road, I'm going 90, 90, 95, I'm going 100, going 100, I'm starting to pass other people like I'm going crazy, I'm going 100, it sounds like an auction. And we live our life according to an auction. How far can I push that envelope? But either Mr. Policeman is going to be sitting behind a bush, and all of a sudden I see these bright Christmas tree lights behind my little rear view mirror telling me I'm in trouble. And I will be fined. I will be punished for breaking the law. The worst concept that can happen out of this is if Mr. Policeman doesn't pull me over, and I lose control of my car, and I roll in the ditch. I live in an area where I hear this constantly all the time. The speed limit here is 100 kilometers on the Trans-Canada. 100 kilometers for Americans translates out 60 miles an hour. And if I'm doing 65, I'm the slowest guy on the highway. and I'm 5 minutes an hour over the speed limit. Some of these guys do 115 right into Vancouver. And I'm listening from about 4 o'clock in the morning. And I leave for work. If I have to be worked on a site by 10 o'clock in the morning, I have to leave here no later than 9 o'clock in the morning. Between 4 and 9, 5, 6, 7, 8, that's 5 hours. You talk of 5 hours, alright? There are several rollovers, pile-ups, collisions, accidents. Because people are driving too fast and they don't understand it. The idea and concept of law is not legalism. The idea in law is that this is a guide. It says drive this fast when you're going through this area. If the law was of no importance, why is it that in the New Testament it says study to show yourself approved in the Lord? Considering they had nothing there written other than Torah, what were they to study? The apostles' words? Or as we say, emissaries' words? He was just writing that. Paul was just writing that. They were to study the prophecies to understand where they were today. They were to study the Psalms so they would get encouragement. They were to study Proverbs so they could get wisdom. They were to study Torah so they could measure up against the statute of the Lord our God. So as you can see, the idea of the serpent staff scenario in our lives isn't a point by which we're striving to an area by which we think that we're more righteous than our brother or our sister. That is legalism. But if we're studying to an area by which we are trying to line up, out of our heart of hearts, our whole desire is to be more like the great I am, then we are correctly applying the Torah. We are living the standard of holiness. If Torah wasn't important, Paul would never told this people to be sanctified. These guys who like preaching against the Bible, who teach against Torah, about keeping the law, never once talk about sanctification, because that would contradict everything that they believe. Just the word itself, to be sanctified, to be set apart, to be made holy, that is a concept that's only found in the Torah. The Torah teaches us righteousness. It teaches how to be sanctified, set apart, because the vessels and their dedication are found there. That was part 1. Stay tuned. We're running out of time here. It's only so much that YouTube can take at a time. So this is part 1, and see you in 2 seconds.